Single leg rotational RDL. We're gonna start off looking at how to do this movement unloaded, and then I'll show you quickly how to do it with loading. We're gonna start off in a traditional kind of B stance RDL position with our feet. Our main working leg is going to be our anchor. We're gonna place a lot of emphasis on this leg. The other leg is just holding us up. It's kind of like a kickstand position. Now what we're gonna do from here is I'm really going to focus on bringing internal rotation to my hip as I am hinging. So I'm gonna be focusing on getting my hips as far back as I possibly can. I'm not leaning forward, I'm pushing my hips back as I'm rotating my torso in that same direction. So once I start to reach that deep end range position, I should feel a big stretch through the glute, through the hip, deep inside the hip capsule there, and it may even send some tingling type sensation down the leg. And then from there, I'm going to engage my glute to help pull me back into hip extension. So I'm really sinking deep into that glute, a nice deep stretch as I push that hip far back, sink into it, feel the stretch for a second or two, and then squeeze and pull yourself into hip extension. I want you to really feel like your glute is what is pulling you into that position and that you're not just kind of standing up and using the low back. We really want that glute doing the work. So one more time, pushing that hip back, rotating my torso. I'm almost pulling my opposite shoulder towards that other foot. I'm kind of pointing my shoulder towards that opposite foot, holding that deep stretch for a second and pulling it to come back. I'm just taking my foot off to show you that I'm really using my glute to do so, but you're gonna keep your foot on the floor just to maintain that balance. And you can see that I'm kind of almost accentuating the opposite side of the rotation as well. So I'm not coming to that starting position, I'm gonna rotate slightly. So really, my hinging pattern looks like this. Now when we load this, it's the exact same movement. However, I'm going to imagine bringing the dumbbell down towards that opposite foot as I'm doing the same intention, bringing that same stretch to that glute. So when I come back down from here, squeeze the glute, and I'm gonna drive my hips to meet me at the dumbbell. So really we're focusing on getting the hips and the glutes to really be doing all that work and pulling myself out of that deep internally rotated position.